If your relationship with money feels unstable or like a mystery, or maybe you want to figure out how to make money work for you instead of the other way around, then your birth chart may hold the exact answers for your situation. In this video, we're going to break down how astrology can reveal your wealth potential, money blocks, and aligned pathways for abundance and your unique energetic makeup. Greetings, wise ones, and welcome back to the 8th House Wisdom channel. I'm Melissa of 8th House Wisdom, your stellar planning architect and sacred systems priestess. I help visionary women transform the way they live, work, and regulate by aligning their nervous systems and careers and businesses with the rhythm of the stars. As women, we have different needs than men. We don't just need to manage stress. We need to architect sacred systems rooted in lunar timing, feminine energy, and our own stellar birthright, aka our birth charts, to access the power and blessings of the annual stellar blueprint. Because timing is everything, and life and business do come with an instruction manual. It's written in the stars. In the rest of this video, I'm going to guide you through knowing how your birth chart can help you understand, decode, and plan for your unique wealth patterns and money potentials. So stay tuned for the rest of the video to learn more about the money houses, planets, and indicators in your own birth chart and how real women have used this knowledge for financial breakthroughs. Make sure to give the video a like so that it can be shared with other wise ones on YouTube. And subscribe to the channel to design a life and business aligned with your nervous system, natural timing, and one that allows you to lead from clarity, not survival, while experiencing more ease and flow, living in your soft girl era. Okay, wise ones, let's get into talking about the astrology of money. Astrology doesn't just tell you what kind of business or job aligns with your personality. It shows you how you're designed to earn, save, invest, and share money. And in a world where many women are taught to suppress their value or overextend to prove their worth, understanding your wealth blueprint through your birth chart is radical self-liberation. The chart holds multiple indicators of how money shows up in your life. The most important areas include the second house, traditionally ruled by Taurus and the planet Venus. This is where you learn about your earned income, possessions, and how you generate value. The 8th house, traditionally ruled by Scorpio and the planets Mars and Pluto. The 8th house is where you create your relationship to shared resources, taxes, loans, as well as inheritances and creating generational wealth. And the 11th house, traditionally ruled by Aquarius and the planets Saturn and Uranus. This is where we look at future forward income stemming from our 10th house or career activities, which can also include community wealth and resources, large networks that bring in financial resources, and also known as the house of great gains, where you bring in financial resource from the work you do in real life. We also are looking at aspects of layered influence, like planet Venus, the goddess of receptivity, which shows how and where we are most likely to receive, and Jupiter, the expander. We also want to attend to being activated by any transits that are happening from planetary movements at the time, and what aspects these make with the planets in our own chart, and what houses in our own birth chart are touched. This helps us to time business launches, shift our pricing with purpose, push for recognition, ask for a raise, as well as knowing when to pause and realign. So in the rest of this video, we're going to explore the 8 most important tips that will help you align with your unique money magic using astrology. So make sure you grab a copy of your birth chart and your business's chart if you have one. And we'll get into the tips. To apply the information in this video, click the link below to get a free copy of your birth chart. Understand your planetary placements and get your planet positions at birth so you know where all the signs are in your chart. Astrological money indicators. First, I want to talk about how astrology and money work together. Tip 1, your money story begins in the 2nd house. This house tells you how you view your self-worth and your approach to earning. When this house is strong or supported by Venus or Jupiter, it often shows ease in magnetizing financial resources. A challenged 2nd house may require conscious healing around self-value. Tip 2 is your 8th and 11th houses hold long-term wealth clues. While the 2nd house shows your income potential and value matrix, the 8th house reveals your capacity to hold wealth and share and distribute it. And the 11th house is where you tap into networks, passive income, big financial vision plans, and where you reap gains from the work you do in real life, particularly attached to that which is related to your 10th house. Your money blueprint is more layered than a single house, and these three work in sacred rhythm alongside other chart markers. Now let's talk about astrological indicators of wealth. Tip 3 is Venus and Jupiter are your money magnifiers. Venus rules value, pleasure, beauty, income, and attraction factor. It is the ruling planet of Taurus and Libra, two signs that are known for being in business in different ways, but that reflect aspects of this principle. And then Jupiter, which expands whatever it touches and is the ruler of Sagittarius and traditional ruler of Pisces. So it has a diffusive effect that increases anything that it is in close proximity to. So where these planets are placed can show you where you are most likely to either experience expansion with Jupiter, have natural luck and abundance, or with Venus, where you will receive, are magnetic and alluring. If either of these end up in your 2nd, 8th, or 11th house, your financial pathway might unfold through a series of connections with great ease, or be tied into your sense of belief. Tip 4 is your chart ruler influences your wealth mindset. When I say chart ruler, I am speaking about whatever planet rules your rising sign. This becomes your chart ruler and shows in many ways how you initiate all the major themes in your life, including money, because your rising sign is the compass that orients the map of the sky to reflect its view and the planetary positions at the time of your birth. A Capricorn rising has Saturn as their chart ruler and may prefer stable, mature, tried and true financial systems, while a Taurus rising with Venus might approach wealth with more sensory and or aesthetic value. In other words, what feels good, what looks good, and what creates beauty. Understanding your chart ruler helps you understand one of the major lenses that you experience the world through. It also allows for personalization when it comes to planning. Now let's talk about some practical tips for career and business. Tip 5 is to use your transits to activate your wealth windows. When I say transit, I am talking about where a planet currently is in the sky, aka what zodiac sign is it in? Is Venus in Virgo, or is it in Libra, as it will be throughout the month of September when I'm currently recording this? But when Venus or Jupiter transit your money house, this is when you want to launch a product, raise your price, or negotiate and or renegotiate a contract. However, if Saturn, the structure, is transiting those same houses, it might be time to tighten your systems and clarify your boundaries in financial partnerships. Tip 6 is to watch for challenging aspects that reveal patterns. Aspects are geometric shapes that are made from measuring the angles and distance between planets in your birth chart or where the current planets are in the sky related to your birth chart. When we talk about challenging aspects, we're usually talking about squares and oppositions. And we say they are challenging because they tend to bring tension and increase dynamics, whereas aspects such as trines and sextiles are known for ease and harmony. All are valid and necessary for growth and development. And the beauty of astrology is being able to see whether we are experiencing a easier or more tense aspect so that we can plan accordingly. And this totally relates to money and financial experiences. If you have a square to your Venus, it might show up as a fear of charging or guilt around being successful. There's also a strong aspect called an opposition, which essentially is like the north and south pole of a magnet. Having an opposition to, let's say, Pluto, the transformer, might bring powerful struggles internally or with clients and collaborators. Rather than seeing the oppositions squares and other challenging aspects in your chart as a block, treat them as sacred assignments that reveal where you are being asked to grow so that you can reduce the tension and increase ease. Now let's get into some case studies about applied astrology, since that's what I really love showing the power of. So this tip for number 7 is about using transits to request a raise. When Jupiter transited my client's second house, who happens to be a C-suite executive, she was able to align her performance review with this time period and used the energy of expansion to advocate for a raise, using her performance as backing. If she had had Venus transiting her 10th house of career, this would have also been a great time to leverage image, aesthetics, a values update, and to look at her leadership impact to elevate her presence in her industry. But through timing the request for increase with a signature that represented financial increase, she experienced greater ease in getting compensated, which is such a huge deal for women since we still make 70 cents on the dollar compared to men. And tip 8 is about aligning a launch with the 8th house. For my client who runs group programs and has Pluto ruling her 8th house and experienced Venus transiting it, we worked together to help her plan a launch of a group program focused on money and energetic exchange. All themes represented by her own chart. By honoring the house of shared resources, the 8th house, and transformation, and Venus, which is about magnetics and energetics and receiving, she was able to meet her sales expectations within 2 weeks of a 4-week launch. This is the power of applied astrology, not just pop culture astrology. When you are working with what's happening in the sky as it relates to what's happening in your chart or your business's chart. Because your astrology chart isn't just about personality. It is literally a sacred map of your relationship with worth and wealth. And just by learning how your 2nd, 8th, and 11th houses function and working with your Venus and Jupiter placements, you can transform your wealth story. Add in transits and aspects, and you can move from scarcity-driven strategy to aligned financial growth and abundance. So let's do a really quick recap here of all of the tips in the video. Your 2nd house shows your approach to self-worth and income. Your 8th and 11th houses show wealth through sharing, investments, and community. Venus and Jupiter highlight where you attract and expand wealth. Your chart ruler shapes your core money approach. Use transits for launches, pricing, and negotiations. Honor the challenging aspects in your chart as growth invitations, and align career moves with Jupiter transits through money houses. And leverage your 8th house for deep transformation in your career and business. In thinking about how to approach the astrology of money and live the soft life, this is about moving with your business or career, not against it. This is about living out your stellar blueprint according to your chart, not what you went to school for if it isn't in alignment with your natal promise. Living in financial alignment doesn't mean constantly chasing. Hustle culture is the enemy if the cost of your success pulls the vitality from your skin and bones. It's not worth it to be cash rich and energy poor. Working with the astrology of money allows you to tune into your innate value system, honor your nervous system, and let astrology reveal when to act and when to receive. Because as women, we are much more sensitive to acts of initiation than our male counterpart. As we learn to track our transits, rest during contractions and in regular cyclical flow, and expand during invitations and openings, we create a soft life financial strategy. Drop a comment below and let me know what your rising sign is and which of the money houses you're exploring right now. Have you ever timed a business or financial decision based on your chart? If you want to know more about this topic, I have a whole series on the astrology of money that I will link in the video for you to check out and go in even greater depth. But before you go, don't forget to download your free rising sign guide. It's going to help you understand how you start mapping your visibility and your financial strategy through the blueprint of wealth, reception, and resource that exists in your unique birth chart. And if you want support in learning how to apply this to your business or career, then check out the flash sale of my Stellar Business Blueprint Planner and the online workshop for the last quarter of 2025. This is my signature annual planning system that merges personal astrology with the year's most powerful business transits so that you can plan launches, make big decisions, and align your workflow with the stars for maximum success and ease. We've had a live call every quarter to make sure we can maximize the 3-month intervals, and our call for Q4 is coming up soon on October 5th, so don't miss out. Because timing is everything, and life and business do come with an instruction manual. It's written in the stars. Until next time, wise ones, I am wishing you so much light and love and lots of financial abundance. Blessed be. Check out my new Etsy store called Stellar Planning Tools to get some of my newest products to support you in applying stellar planning, the lunar wisdom formula, lunar self-care, and to expand your manifesting practice. My new series, The Wise Woman's Mindset and Self-Care Guides, are being offered exclusively on Etsy. These guides were created to assist you in living with more ease, grace, and with a process to make lasting change in your life. Check them out. Link is in the description below. Discover the keys to your life's path and purpose by reading the stars with a free personal astrology report sample from 8th House Wisdom. From obstacles to opportunities, these reports teach you what you need to know to thrive. Try out any of these 8 types of astrology reports, 2 multi-package reports, and 1 tarot reading in the 8th House Wisdom Astro Report store before you buy them. They're available for immediate download and specific to you, your life, and your unique birth information. Crystals are a fantastic tool to harmonize and ground your energy. Use my coupon code 8th House Wisdom for 11% off high quality, ethically sourced crystals. Click the link in the description below to shop today.